Well, welcome back to Go Southern Alberta. Today I am joined by Terry Devalter, who is a coach and member of the Medicine Hat Curling Club. And later in the show, Terry is actually going to give me a curling lesson. It's been over a decade since I've done this, and I've only done it once. We'll see how that goes. But Terry, I want to talk a little bit about the curling club here in Medicine Hat, and I know that you're trying to get some younger people involved, and you do actually coach some junior members.
Yeah, I have. This year I've had a juvenile team, age 15 to 17 boys, and then I have 17 to 20. I had a junior men's team. Both were through to the Southern, and then both unfortunately lost at the Southern level, but they had a great year and enjoyed it. So we'll continue to finish the year with them, and then we'll see what holds next year for them.
I understand that you also have had some success as a curler yourself and have gone to provincials?
Well, yeah, a few times I've gone to men's provincial once, and we went to a couple of mixed provincials as well. And then as a coach, I've taken several teams to both junior women's, junior men's, and my sister's ladies team as well. I've coached her several times. So provincials are nice to go to and a lot of fun. And then Canadian once, we went to a Canadian junior once, and they're terrific, and we certainly hope to get back again soon.
Now, we actually met your sister not that long ago, Crystal. She was on our show talking about the Jampale Bonspiel coming up, and you are also involved in that.
Yeah, I've been helping out with Jampale now for certainly, I think I'm into about the 15th year I've helped with Jampale now, and it's fun to go up and watch the kids, and the parents are every bit as much fun watching them. They have a ball watching their kids and helping them on the ice, and of course the kids just absolutely love it. And so we're hoping that more of them will use that experience and come down here and take in this one and enjoy curling down here as well.
And it's grade 3 to 6, so really a good time to get the young kids involved and let them see what happens.
It is, and they have a great time, and you know, the ladies from the city do a wonderful job organizing it, and when we all get together, it turns out to be a great time for everybody.
All right, so if somebody wants to do a curling lesson like we're going to do, or if they want to get their kids involved or with a league or something, how do they do that?
Well, the best thing is to do is to call the club, and you know, there's always somebody that's willing to help out. Certainly, if I'm able to, I don't mind at all going down with someone or a group or whatever and helping out. And there's several of us in the club that would do it at any time. So if anybody's interested, the best thing to do is just call the club.
And people can also come down if you're not really sure about curling. I mean, the Olympics are going on right now, obviously. Absolutely. This is a time that I really start to love curling because it's such high caliber sport. But people can come down and watch tournaments in March as well, right?
Oh yeah, there are several spiels that will go on in March, and that'll be just the more average players, more that people can relate to. The ones you see on TV do it so well, and they've been doing it with a tremendous amount of practice, both on the ice and in gyms and so on, training off ice, that they make it look far easier than it is. And the best thing I can always suggest is come down and try it. But our men's spiel runs 6 to 9 of March, and we have the ladies spiel following the weekend after that, and then the Oilmen to finish off the year have a spiel of their own. So there's curling to watch and curling to participate in as well.
Excellent. Well, I know that we do have a vibrant club here. We actually have some seniors behind us right now going about, and so if you do want to get involved, you can always get a hold of the Medicine Hat Curling Club. Terry, let's do a lesson right after break. How about
Absolutely.
it? All right,
Absolutely.
Stick around right here on Shaw. Well, welcome back to Go Southern Alberta. Thank you for joining us. I am with Terry Devalter, who is a coach and member of the Medicine Hat Curling Club, and he is giving me a little bit of a curling lesson. Now, I did this once about 12 years ago. I was in grade 10, and when we did it, we had the duct tape on the bottoms of our shoes, but you gave me an actual slider. So a little bit different. So what are some of the things that, as you're starting out curling, that you need to keep in mind and think about?
Well, the biggest thing of all is you want to get balance. That's what you're looking for, is you're looking for balance. And it's very difficult when you have something like a slider on ice. It's like having, for a lady, it would be like having a high-heeled shoe walking in a parking lot full of ice.
Right.
The same thing. So you really want to get used to that, and the ability to fall really comes into play.
Okay, so we're going to just slide down to the line and back. And you said dominant leg, so you want to have a slider on the other foot.
If you're right-handed, you will throw. You'll throw with your right hand. You'll put the slider on your left foot. Vice versa, for us lefties, I'll be throwing with my left hand, and then I'll have my slider on my right foot.
Always keep the slider
and
right underneath you.
And you want to make sure that the slider, the foot that has the slider, will stay close to the center of the shoulders as you can, keeping your weight on it, so that you don't, because with a slider on your foot will tend to fall away, slide away on you, and you just want to keep it in the center of your shoulders.
And I can feel that. I can feel that foot is wanting to just take off on me.
It will.
Okay, so slider's one piece of equipment. What other equipment do we use
Well,
for
you'll
curling?
need a curling broom. And what's recommended is that you have a stretchy pair of pants to give you the flexibility that you'll need. When you throw and you slide out, you'll need that. Also, you'll want to wear a light jacket, a sweater, a heavier sweater, that kind of thing. It's not overly cool in here. They keep it about 42 degrees, but if you stand around for a while, it tends to get a little cool, and gloves can be a factor. Some like gloves, some don't. It's optional as far as gloves goes.
Right.
But for little kids that come out and play, what they'll do, some of them will do is they'll actually put helmets on to protect them if they fall. The older kids, and as you can tell with most of the older crowd that's out here today, none of them would think of wearing a helmet, but it's just one other safety measure that you can use, particularly when you're out here with younger kids.
All right, well, I now know how to slide a little bit, but next we're going to learn all about the rocks and how to actually leave the hack. So stick around, it's all right here on Shaw. Once again, we're back at the Medicine Hat Curling Club where Terry Devalter is giving me a little bit of a curling lesson, and next we're going to go to the hack and see if I can actually throw one of these things. The rock, it's called a rock, not called a stone.
Either or.
Either
but
or?
It's pretty much people will call it a rock, a curling rock, but a stone is fine too. They're a 42 pound. Years ago with curling rocks, people used to actually had to bring their own sets to the rink. The rink didn't own them years and years ago, so they were all sorts of different sizes. Everybody had different sizes, but you brought your two rocks to the rink and put them on the sheet of ice, and you played with your two rocks and then packed them up and took them home. Yeah, that was many years ago.
That's how us professionals do it. Well, I got it down the middle. All right, Terry, well, I don't think that I'm going to be going to the Olympics in the next 4 years, but how did I do?
You did very well. You did very well for a beginner, and we rushed through very quickly in lessons that sometimes take days to do. You rushed through it in 20 minutes, and you did very well.
You mentioned earlier that if you don't do your stretches and you don't get to the gym and that sort of thing, your legs can be like jelly. My legs are pretty much like jelly right now. I may not be able to walk tomorrow, but you know, what are some of the other things that people need to keep in mind as a beginner?
Well, as a beginner, I think the one thing that you always want to be sure of is that the ice is frozen. And you've got to take care when you're out here. Some of us that have played for years sometimes forget that, and the falls hurt a lot. You know, it's very solid, and when you hit it, you'll feel it. So that's one of those things that a person can't take it for granted. It still is a little bit dangerous to be out here, and you just got to make sure that you maintain your footing. That's one of the most important things there is.
All right, well, thank you so much, Terry. I really appreciate your help, and good luck. I know that you are competing later on in March, so good luck in those tournaments. All right, thanks so much, and we're going to be right back after this.